FirstOntario's Dave Schurman joins us on this Finance Friday, answering more great viewer questions. We've got a lot of them, Dave, so I'm going to get right to it. First, a thank you from Kathy, who says that this is one of her favorite segments of the news to watch. And she says, last Finance Friday, you gave good tips about getting income tax credits on charitable donations. She says, I've always wondered if Princess Margaret lottery tickets are considered a charitable donation. She adds, I'm not much of a lottery ticket buyer, but I do like that one because all the money goes to the hospital.
Well, thank you very much, Kathy, for those kind comments and for watching Morning Live, and particularly Finance Friday. I know it's Bob's favorite part of the news as well. He never misses it. But in terms of CRA, they do give us generous tax credits for the charitable donations that we make. There are a couple of reasons, however, that they disallow charitable donations. And that is when they deem that we might have an advantage for the donation that we make. And I'll give you a couple of examples of that. One is and again, very common, one is a gala or a banquet that we might attend that's a charitable event. CRA would require the charity to deduct the amount of the value of the dinner, any entertainment, gifts, and things like that we might receive. And then they could issue a receipt for the balance of the ticket if there's anything left over. The second thing that the CRA would disallow is any type of a lotto or a Princess Margaret type charitable draw that takes place, because of the fact that you do have, or you could gain a possible advantage by winning something. Now, there's a couple of pieces of good news in that, and Kathy points it out. All of the proceeds of these types of tickets and lottos go to the charity. So in this case, Princess Margaret, fantastic charity, and they need the money. Secondly is, if you do win anything, and sometimes these prizes are substantial, a car, a house, cash, they're tax-free. So the CRA definitely gives you an advantage on winnings.
Okay, Ron from Hamilton has another question for you, Dave. He says, what is the difference between an RRSP and a LIRA?
Well, great question, Ron, and everybody pretty well knows what an RRSP is. We talk about them quite often. Obviously, it's basically a retirement account that we set up that we can contribute to, or our spouse or common law partner can contribute to. Generally, it's for retirement income. However, it can be used for other purposes. A LIRA is very similar to an RRSP. A LIRA is a locked-in retirement account. The key difference there, well, there's two key differences. The first one is where the funds come from. A locked-in retirement account or a LIRA comes from a pension plan. So, and it's very common. So if you're working for an employer, you have a pension plan, and for some reason you change employers or leave that employer, and you are allowed to take that pension plan with you, then it goes into a locked-in account, a LIRA. You can still invest it much the way you can in RRSP, but you can't cash it out. It has to be used for retirement income. So when it comes time for your retirement, you can either transfer it into a LIF, a life income fund, again, very similar to a RIF, or buy a life annuity. So again, very similar to an RRSP, but it's locked in and has to be used for retirement.
Okay, and Joan from Simcoe asks, when GIC deposit certificates come up for renewal, would it be wise to let the money sit and wait to see if rates go up, or renew for a year at the current low interest rates?
Again, another great question, Joan. And in this particularly very low rate environment, the lowest in history, you're not going to get a whole lot of return on fixed investments like GICs and term deposits. However, if your risk tolerance, you can't wait longer term to get a higher investment in a mutual fund, things like that, then, certainly fixed investments do have a place. The thing to keep in mind is that a lot of GICs or term deposits auto-renew if you leave it. So once the term comes up, if you don't tell the financial institution what to do with it, it's going to auto-renew, generally for the term you had before. So if you're not sure what you want to do with it, make sure you contact your financial institution, let them know you do not want to renew, and then you can wait and see. You can renew it anytime you want, put it into any term you want. You might want to even put it into a savings account because you're probably going to get the same rate on a savings account, or almost, than you would in a one-year term or GIC.
Okay, awesome. And great to talk to you again, Dave. It's all these viewer questions. So if you have a financial question or topic you would like covered, email your questions to financefriday@firstontario.com or get in touch through Twitter at @finance_Friday. And if your question or topic is covered by Dave on air, you will get a gift card from a local business in your community. Have a great weekend, Dave.
All right, you too, Annette. Take care.